is the fundamental human right, and every child is entitled into it, no matter who they are. Inclusive education meets the basic learning needs of the children and enables them to access to the mainstream of education. It seeks to develop the full potential of the individual, most especially for those living in vulnerable and marginalized sectors. It opens opportunities for learners with or without disabilities, regardless of race, ethnicity, culture, or social status. Inclusive education's ultimate goal is to end all forms of discrimination and to begin embracing diversity.
Inclusion makes the world more vibrant. Everyone is different. Education is strongest when it embraces diversity. A belief in the right to education is a belief in inclusion. Children have different learning speeds. They need curricula that are flexible, creative, and relevant. Inclusion in education requires a change in mindset in society so that education for all means education for everyone without an exemption. Achieving this is everyone's business, including yours.
Building inclusive education provides appropriate and efficient opportunity for children with special needs. Inclusive education is a perfect venue to foster acceptance, diversity, and explicit positive learning environment for atypical and typical learners. Students' tolerance and empathy are increased when students of diverse backgrounds and abilities are included. For teachers, it is important to adapt inclusive education because it is where students with special needs develop growth and expose them to interact with peers. Inclusivity breaks down barriers of discrimination and inequality, yet bridges harmonious relationship in celebrating diversity. Let us render our support in allowing inclusion and diversity in classroom by simply recognizing learners with or without special needs as capable of achieving things in their own unique way. Let us open our doors to accept them in our learning environment. Together, we stand with respect of individuals' differences in achieving education for all.
Learning comes in vacuum. It happens when we leave our comfort zone, where our races, ages, personalities, and ideologies are embraced. Our faiths, cultures, disabilities, and differences are being celebrated. Learners should not adapt to the system. Instead, education should adapt to their needs. Inclusivity in schools would create greater multicultural awareness, address inclusivity, and a responsive approach to diversity. Such inclusivity would foster equality among everyone that would be a cornerstone of a just society, where you and me be part of the many.
Inclusive education provides equal opportunities and rights for all children with or without disabilities in the same educational settings. Even school does not mean putting a student into classroom without taking into account individual strength, needs, and needs for learning, but requires not all students to learn in the same thing at the same time. Inclusion disagree with the concept of special schools or schools that separate students with disability from students without disabilities. The real essence of inclusion is founded of the nation that all persons with disabilities are entitled to be integrated in natural settings and activities with their peers, children, and friends of neighborhood.
Inclusivity,
Diversity.
Equality.
Integrate.
Acceptance.